It's time to Wake Up with Al Roker and Stephanie Abrams.
We're also coming up at the show a little bit later. One of the most talked about stories of 2009, of course, was the Balloon Boy hoax. In just a few minutes, we will hear from an expert on spotting trends, and she thinks some big changes are on the way regarding the way kids are used to reality TV shows. That's all coming up, but first, Al takes us coast to coast.
And as 2009 comes to a close this week, we've decided it's time to look ahead to 2010 and what we're going to be talking about around the country and around the world. Joining us this morning is Marian Salzman, the president of Euro RSCG Worldwide PR. She's an expert trend spotter with some ideas on social and media trends that are going to be taking shape over the next year. Marian, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, first of all, we want to start off with a story this morning. President Obama has asked journalists to kind of respect the privacy of his two daughters while they're on vacation in Hawaii. And this is one of the things you see developing, the idea of kids who've become, in a sense, props on, especially reality television.
Well, John and Kate.
And the Balloon Boy.
The Balloon Boy is ridiculous, but John and Kate really started it off. I mean, they turned those kids into media stars, and then they really exploded the family model. And they did it in prime time, and then they really haven't let it come out of TV for more than a couple of days. I mean, this weekend, none of us could have run away from John's apartment being broken into.
As we all said, who cares?
Exactly.
But do you see there being a backlash against using kids?
Absolutely. I mean, I think even J. Crew, who's benefited so much from the Obama children, I think we just got to overload when we saw their slippers being worn on the first official state visit. And then that was what people were running out to buy with waiting lists. It just got to be too much.
Do you think that there might be even some sort of legislation or some sort of rules being put in place?
I do think that should be what we as marketers feel may be coming. I think that parenting is going to be the last domain. We're going to be very tolerant of an awful lot of sins, but not the sin of bad parenting.
When you talk about tolerant of sins, we talk about a lot of the scandals that happened in 2009, from David Letterman to obviously Tiger Woods, that sort of thing. You said David Letterman is a way that he got in front of this thing, as opposed to Tiger Woods.
Well, David Letterman really handled it in a way that protected his wife and child. He got out there, he made jokes about it, but he really apologized. He also protected his lover, frankly. He sort of disclosed everything, and then he kind of went into hiding. Do
you think, though, that especially with the Tiger Woods thing, where it just has been everywhere for so long that we're saying, you know, enough. These are not issues that we should really care about.
We're on total information overload, but I think Tiger Woods and his advisors misunderstood social media. They didn't understand that there would be constant new messaging coming, and that everybody could jump in and become a narrowcaster and a broadcaster and share all kinds of news.
You also believe, though, that on that positive note, community involvement in 2010 is going to be, especially with social networking and such, is going to be a big trend.
Absolutely. Local is the new global. We're going to all really invest in our communities. It's going to start with school communities around children. It's going to start with social causes. We're going to be much, much more actively involved. It's going to start with really getting outside of our homes and entertaining in our homes, but within a 5 or 6 mile radius. We're going to want to be very involved with real people, enough with the computer screens.
All right, I like to hear that. All right, Marian Salzman, thanks so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Happy 2010.
Thank you very much.